Got a 2008 Mercury Milan in here. Should be the same as a Ford Fusion. He wants a tune-up, just some spark plugs. It's got a 3.0 Duratec. This is a lot like the old Ford Tauruses. There's not much of a difference between them, I don't think, by looking at it. Okay, I'm thinking like maybe a pick, 8-10 millimeter pair of pliers. That should pretty much take all this stuff off. I'll get some of these hoses off first. Like this thing, it's got a little tab on here you pull up, and you can pull this out. And these, it's got a little red tab on it. You pull this back, and you can push this in and pull it out. You got an EGR here. This has got a couple 10 millimeter bolts on it. There's a gasket on here, but I should be able to reuse it. I'm going to kind of pull this back just a little bit. Yeah, that gasket's sticking on the EGR, so I'm just going to leave it there. There's a little clip holding this wire on here. Pry this out of the way. These are 8 millimeters. They don't pull out either, they stay in the intake. Got another clip here. Well, that's all I need to do really. There's some hoses down here on the throttle body. I don't really need to take none of that out. I can get it all this just like this. See that? I can get it all those plugs right now, so I'm gonna leave them the rest of them hoses on the throttle body. So yeah, I took off probably some wires and stuff I didn't have to take off. Like this plug right here, I didn't have to unbolt this either, I don't think. But whatever. Yeah, I'm just going to pull this up out of my way. Probably use a bungee cord and get it all these. Yeah, I just put a bungee cord from here up to this hole in the hood. That'll get me in there. These are reusable gaskets. They don't look like they're flattened out any, so usually I always replace these, but these look so good I think I'm just going to use them. These here are 8 millimeters too. I'm going to unplug these, push in this little tab here and pop them out. I'm going to stick some towels in here too and make sure nothing falls in these holes. 5/8 spark plug socket on these. I always use original equipment plugs. These are Motorcraft. You can't see that. I always put anti-seize on the plugs. Always use anti-seize. These only need to be tightened to like 15 to 18 foot-pounds. Not a whole lot of torque on these. Unless somebody dropped the box, these should be pre-gapped. I never gap these, I just eyeball them. Just so long as that electrode's nice and square and it looks like it hasn't been dropped, you're fine. Stick them in the hole. Well, these plugs might be a little tricky to get out just because they're back here. I use a pick to push down on the tab. You always want to start these by hand too. Don't ever just start cramming them in with a ratchet. You want to make sure these things snap in. You don't pull back out. I'm just going to wipe these down a little. Get the dust off of them. Yeah, that EGR gasket looks good. This gasket right here. You gotta make sure you don't wreck that thing. If you do, you just gotta get another one. Now if this thing does leak, you're going to know it because it'll pull some lean bank codes.
if you go putting this intake on and you got lean bank codes, you got to figure out what gets screwed up. You don't need to get these very tight either. I'm holding onto the ratchet like this. That's as tight as you want to get them. Don't go putting your hand back here getting a lot of leverage on them. They don't need to be that tight. I don't know what this torque spec is. I don't really follow one on these because it's plastic and it's, well, I don't know about you, but it's best for me just to do it by feel. You just want to bottom it out, just get it a little bit tighter. These things are not made to get real tight. Sounds like it runs really nice. I'm calling it good.